Welcome to our channel, everyone. My name is Nima Attar. I have an organization in the financial industry with over 500 individuals, and I've had the privilege of mentoring thousands of people on leadership, success, sales, and communication. In today's video, you will learn the 3 qualities that all leaders must have. I myself have been in a leadership role in my own business for the past 5 years, and I've also had the privilege of developing some amazing leaders in my organization who've had major success. So everything I'm gonna go over with you today is coming from my own experience and the hundreds of books I've read on this topic. Now, of course, there's many layers to leadership, but these 3 that I'm gonna talk about in this video are the ones that every single leader, no matter what business they're in, no matter what type of leadership they're doing, needs to develop in order to have success. Before I go into the 3 qualities, I wanna touch on one thing. Some of you watching this video might be thinking, well, Nima, I'm not leading anyone. I don't have an organization. I don't have a business. I'm not a captain of a sport team. How does this video apply to me? True leadership begins with self-leadership. A really great leader is someone who's learned to lead themselves so well that other people want to follow them and learn from them so they can learn to lead themselves in the same way. So no matter what your role is, whether you're in leadership or not, what I'm gonna go over today is gonna apply to you because we're all leading the most important person in our lives, which is ourselves. And everything I talk about today is going to directly influence the way you lead yourself and what kind of life you build for yourself in the future, whether you ever get into a leadership role or not. Now I'm gonna go over each of these qualities in order that it needs to be adopted. Meaning, if you don't adopt the first one, the second one won't work as well. If you don't adopt the second one, the third one won't work as well. So make sure you watch the full video till the end so you pick up each of the qualities. That way you're not missing any pieces to the puzzle. The first quality is vision. I love this quote, where there is no vision, the people perish. The reason this is so powerful is because one of the biggest things a leader needs to have is a vision, because without a vision for a better future in your business, in your company, in your organization, people are not gonna wanna follow you. Every person wants to go somewhere. Every person wants to have a purpose. And it's up to you as a leader to give them that purpose, to give them that vision that they wanna pursue. Here's one thing you need to really keep in mind though. When you're coming up of this vision for your organization, it doesn't necessarily need to be a huge, billion-dollar vision. It doesn't need to be we're gonna win everything and dominate everything type of vision. But it does need to be a vision that benefits your team. Because if it only benefits you, if it only takes care of your finances, if it only takes care of your goals, people aren't gonna wanna follow you. But if your vision is in a way that benefits them, that makes their life better, that gives them a bigger purpose, that gives them a reason, that gives them a vehicle that can help other people, they'll follow you to the very end. But you gotta make sure the vision is so big where it can fit you and your team, and you have to have the ability to sell it to them in a way where they understand the benefits that they're gonna gain from it as well. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. Nima, I don't have a vision. I don't have a goal. Well, this is why I said, true leadership begins with self-leadership. I have a video called The 5 Steps to Designing Your Life, and it's a systematic way that you can set goals for your future and that you can set your targets for where you want to go. But that is exactly where you have to start. You have to start by having that goal, by having that vision, because if you're not going anywhere, no one's going to want to follow you. The second quality is effective communication. When we're talking about effective communication, it doesn't mean you have to be super charismatic. It doesn't mean you have to be a big time motivator. It means you have to have the ability to relate with other people. It means you have to have the ability to sell your vision to your team in a way where they buy into it, in a way where they want to be a part of it. But it even goes deeper than this. When you're a leader, you're gonna deal with a lot of people problems. You're gonna deal with a lot of things happening in your organization. And you have to know how to communicate in a way that can make everyone get on the same page. It doesn't mean that everyone is gonna like you. It doesn't mean that everyone is gonna wanna be your best friend, but it means that everyone understands why you made the decision that you made and how that decision is gonna benefit not only you, but also everyone in the team and the overall vision that they're going after. Here is another reason why effective communication is so important. Human beings make decisions emotionally and they justify them logically. So when you wanna move people, when you wanna get them to do something, when you wanna get them to give you their best, You have to have the ability to move them at an emotional level. And I have a video that I uploaded last week talking about what words move people with what sort of emotions, what words you gotta use to get people excited, what words you gotta use to create urgency, what words you gotta use to create clarity for your team. If you haven't watched that yet, I'm gonna link it at the end of this video so you can see it. But it's so important for you to understand how to communicate in a way with your team that can not only get them on a logical level, but even more important, get them on an emotional level so it makes them want to take action on what you want them to do, not just understand it and walk away and do nothing. You're probably beginning to understand why these qualities are related to each other and why I put them in order. Because if you don't have a vision, well, the effective communication is not going to be effective because you can't communicate something you don't have. So you need the vision first and then adopt the effective communication to be able to communicate it to your team. Now that brings us to our third, and in my opinion, the most important quality, courage. Look, there's many people out there that have a dream, that have a vision, that have a goal for a better future, that are charismatic, that have an ability to motivate and move people and push them and get them going on an emotional level. But if they're lacking this third quality of courage, none of that matters. Potential, talent is nothing without the courage to actually act on it. You know, one of my favorite affirmations is all I need is within me now, and I have the courage to see it through. You know why that's my favorite affirmation? Because it makes me believe that I have everything I need already within, but it follows it up with, I also have the courage to actually do something about it. So in order to be a great leader, you have to understand that you're gonna go through a lot of tough times. Your team's gonna go through a lot of tough times. There's gonna be many times where you're gonna make decisions that are not easy to make. There's gonna be many times where you're gonna make decisions that you're gonna get criticized for. So you have to have the courage to be able to make those decisions, to be able to push forward and lead by example when it looks like all is lost. If you watch any great athlete that is a leader of their team, you'll notice there's many times in the game where the team's losing, where it looks like all hope is lost, where the fans are starting to boo, where everyone's turning against them. And the leader takes the ball and goes, look, I'm gonna show you what I can do. And probably you're thinking of some names like Michael Jordan, like Lionel Messi, like Cristiano Ronaldo, like Tom Brady, people who at the time where the team needs them the most, step up because they have the courage to do so. Now, it doesn't matter if you're going for a World Cup or if you're just leading a team of 5 people trying to make a business work. Courage is courage, and you need to have it to make the push forward. Here's another reason why you need courage as a leader. Everything is your fault. You are 100% responsible for everything in the organization. You're 100% responsible for the success, and you're 100% responsible for the failures. And trust me, there's a lot more failures than success, especially in the beginning. So you need to have the courage to put that on your shoulders and put the team on your back, especially when things are not going well. Because if you're not someone who can take responsibility with full courage, people are not gonna respect you in a way where they're gonna wanna follow you. And here's the last reason why courage is so important. Without courage, there is no faith. And without faith for better results, for a better future, for the vision actually becoming a reality, you're not gonna be able to transfer the level of emotion you need to transfer to move your team towards that direction. So these 3 qualities are all totally tied together. You have to have a great vision for your team that they want to follow and they want to be a part of. And again, if you're not in a leadership role, if you don't have an organization, you need to have a vision for your own life. You need to know where you're going. You also need to have the effective communication skills to be able to transfer the belief, the emotion, and the information to your team in a way where everyone can understand it. Again, if you're not a leader, you need to effectively communicate your vision to your support system. It might be your parents, it might be your friends, it might be your co-workers, whoever it is, you have to still have the ability to effectively communicate, because if people don't know why you're doing what you're doing, they're not gonna wanna support you. Now, some of you are standing there and going, well, my people don't support me, my family doesn't support me, my friends don't support me. Doesn't matter. Most leaders start off there. Most leaders start off with no support. Most leaders start off with everyone telling them that they're crazy, that they're never gonna make it, that it's impossible. That's why the third quality is so important. Courage, because you need to have the courage to stand against the naysayers. You need to have the courage to move forward when it looks like it's all done and you lost the game and it's over for you. You need to have the courage to take full responsibility so that your team knows that they can rely on you and your team knows that while you're there, they'll be okay. Hope you enjoyed the video so far. I got a recommendation for you. If you want to become a better leader, this might be a good time for you to go watch some documentaries and some biographies of great leaders that you're inspired by so that you can see how each of these qualities is within every single one of them, and you can see how they demonstrated in real life, in real situations with real problems. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got value from this. As I mentioned earlier, I have an amazing video that we just uploaded a week ago talking about how to effectively communicate in a sales situation. And if you're a leader, you're selling to your team all the time, you're selling the vision all the time, so this is definitely relatable to you. And in that video, I talk about how you communicate emotion in a way that makes people want to move and get going and move forward. So click right here to watch that. Subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so you get notified every time we have a new video, and comment below what are some other qualities that you've noticed great leaders have so we can learn together and grow this community as one. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.